Okay, thanks for coming. We'll start this class in the usual way. We're first just to remind everybody that we have the 2 blocks and the belt at least. And then we will sit in easy pose, which generally means you need to use the block to bring your hips at the same level or above the knees. That means that our spine is going to be stacked up so that we can actually then do our initial introspection, where you're just going to arrive in the room, arrive in our body, arrive in this space and time. And for a few breaths, let's just close our eyes or unfocus them ahead of us. And just become aware of our bodies, our surrounding. For the next hour, we'll try and keep a semblance of this awareness, yes? So let's start by taking our arms up and just warming up the shoulders, breathing in, filling up the lungs, arms up, shoulders towards the sky rather than into the ears, stretching the spine, stretching the shoulders, filling up the lungs, and then release, palms down, release everything and just relax the torso, arms, shoulders, and the lungs. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, releasing the air and emptying the lungs completely. Last time, breathing in, breathing up, lifting the arms, filling up the lungs completely. Releasing the right arm down only as we breathe out. Breathe in, stretch the left arm up, push the right hand down and just stretch the left side of the body. Continue breathing. And then on the next out breath, release that left arm down. Next in breath, lift the right arm up, breathing in. Stretching right arm to the sky, left arm to the ground. Just stretching the shoulders, and now just continue breathing normally, but continue stretching at the same time. And then release on the next out breath, both arms down. We're going to do a bend, left hand on the left side, just bend to the left side. Breathing out as we empty the lungs. Continue bending. I'm going to mute everyone. Continue bending to the left. And as you breathe out, bend a little bit further. And then on the next in breath, take the left arm up, both arms up. And then right hand to the right side on the out breath and bend to the right. Continue breathing, continue bending. And on your next in breath, we take both arms up. We're going to take a twist. Arms up, breathe in, fill up the lungs. Right hand, left knee, and we twist to the left. As we breathe out, empty the lungs and twist to the left. On your next in-breath, both arms up, breathe in, fill up the lungs. Really, every time we're expanding the lungs, opening the chest. Breathe out, left hand, right knee, and we twist to the right. Continue breathing, continue twisting. Next in breath, both arms up, breathe in, and hands to the knees. We're going to do a couple of waves of cat-cows here, which we won't then do on the tabletop. So hands on the knees, just loosely, they don't have to be grabbing everything. But then as we breathe in, we're going to take our shoulders back, chest forward, chin up, and just open the spine. Arch the spine, breathe in. Breathe out, and the opposite. Shoulders in, tummy in, hips forward, and we round the spine. Breathe in, arching the spine. Breathe out, rolling the spine. Breathe in, that would be a cow motion. And breathe out, that would be a cat motion. 3 more times. Breathe in your own time. And this will be my last out breath. So I'm on my 3rd one here. And then I'm coming to a natural position. A little bit of time for everybody to catch up. And that should be the end of our warming up. Let's just bend forward and stretch the lower back here by taking the tummy and the chest to the ground. A good time to just stretch the lower spine before we start on all the exercise. Okay, we take the block off, and from there, sitting on our butt. So let's start by doing loosening up the hips. One of the best ways to do that is just windscreen wipe the legs. So I'm gonna sitting on my hips or my bum. I'm gonna take the knees to the right, breathe into the middle, breathe out to the left. Breathe into the middle, breathe out to the right. So just a very easy loosening up. Breathe into the middle, breathe out to the left. Breathe into the middle, breathe out to the left. Well, then from here, we're going to do a cow face pose, which is just to start opening the hips. Now, what we're going to do is this position where we're going to put the left knee in front of us and then the left knee up in front. Let's try a different way because there are many ways to go into this one, and it can be awkward sometimes. So let's actually go on all fours. Maybe I should have started with that. Going on all fours and then putting, right knee in front of the left or left knee behind the right. It's the same thing. And then we gently roll back. Now this could be very awkward. We might find that this is not for us. If that's the case, then come back forward and I'll show you an alternative position. You might also find that just by using a block to rest the hip is enough to actually get into a position, or you might be able to sit completely down with both hips on the ground. So whichever alternative you're in, stay there. If you were struggling with actually getting into a position, then simply sit with square legs like that. Crossing your legs, and we'll be able to do everything else just with the legs like that, and slowly we'll bring them closer, and eventually you'll get to this cow face pose. So let's assume that we're all in our position, whether it be full cow face, supported cow face, or just cross-legged. And then this is the important thing about this is that we should be not struggling and all compressed and holding ourselves in a way that the spine is not free. If that's the case, then maybe we need to find an go one step down from the position you're in. I've given you 3 options. So once you're in the position, then we're going to first bend to the right. If you got the right knee up, we're going to bend towards that side. Putting the right hand down and then a gentle bend to the right. Now we're doing the bending on the top really to busy ourselves, because what's really happening here, which is part of the main exercise, is our hips are being opened by being in this shoelace pose, or cow face. There are the different names that people use for this. So we're bending to the right as we keep the legs in the shoelace pose. We continue breathing, always breathing. And we come back up. As I said, you should have enough control of your spine that you're not having to use your spine to hold yourself here. Then the second part of the exercise is to twist to the left. So again, if the left leg is the one on the ground, then we twist to the side where the leg is nearest to the ground. Continue breathing, continue twisting. And then coming back to the middle. Maybe if you need to adjust, I need to adjust a little bit just to find my stable hips here. The last part of the exercise is we're going to also work on the shoulders. Now we're going to take both arms in front of us. We're going to put the right arm below the left arm. Right arm below the left arm. Big hug here. You can either just stay here hugging yourself, which is a nice big opening of the shoulders, or you can actually try and interlace your hands in the full cow face pose. Yeah, so you could be holding your finger, could be clasping your hands, wherever your hands reach, that's where it is. And then we'll just hold this for a few breaths. Now working the shoulders, working the hips, and just breathe and relax. Now the last 3 breaths are going to be pulsing the elbows up. Breathe in. If it's too much strain on the shoulders, just don't move. Breathe out, release the shoulders back down or the elbows back down. Breathe in, elbows slightly gently up. Breathe out, elbows back to the center. Last time, breathe in, elbows slightly up. A lot of strain on the shoulders, but that's what we're doing. Stretching everything there, and then breathe out, release, elbows back to the center, release the hands, release the arms, and then we're going to release the legs. One of the easiest ways to do this is to come back forward, put both knees on the ground, and then swap over. So I'm going to now have my right knee behind the left knee. And once again, you have 3 options. You could be sitting on a block, what I have. You could be just cross-legged, sitting on your bum because your knees just don't allow this, or you could be sitting on the ground. And once you've actually found your position, then a little bit of adjustment. As you can see, I've got very kind of stiff hips, but still, slowly the body's actually finding that shape, yeah? And I actually have enough weight on the block so that I actually in a stable, my spine is stable and it's not crimping to hold the weight, yes? So we do the same on this side. So arms up, breathe in. Breathe out, left hand, left side, and we bend to the left. Try and feel the lovely stretching on the right side here. At the same time, the hips are working. So that's we've got like a double exercise here, double stretching. And then we'll continue breathing. Yeah, we don't hold the breath in any of these poses. And then on your next in-breath, we can take the arms up, breathe in. And then right twist to the right. Next in-breath, we take the arms up and release the arms. Arms in front of you, and now the left goes under the right. Big hug or interlace the hands. So this would be the classical cow face pose. Hold this for a few breaths. Enjoy the stretching of the shoulders, elbows, hips. And now for the last 3 breaths, either stay where you are, or if it's getting too much, you can always release, of course. This is up to you. Always stop with, we'll pulse 3 times, the elbows up, breathe in. Breathe out, back to the center. Breathe in, elbows gently up, stretching the shoulders even further. Elbows down on the out breath. Last time, Elbows up, breathe in. Elbows to the center, breathe out. Release the hands, release the arms, and then release the feet, maybe by tipping forward and coming onto your heels. Okay, so we'll continue with the twisting theme. And this time we're sitting on the floor. We're going to put my left leg is in front of me in a 90 degrees. This is a 90 degrees leg. The other leg is also doing a 90 degrees to the side. So this could be 90-90. It was actually deer hunt pose. And then from here, as you can see, it's actually not easy to sit up. That's obviously because our hips are in a very contorted position, but that's why we do it. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to actually turn our body to face the side opposite to the leg that's sticking out. Yeah, so I've got my right leg sticking out, so I'm going to face the left side. And then from there, I'm going to bring my tummy, chest, chin down, or maybe just the hands first. But as you can see, we've got a nice deep twist here, and the hips are also stretching. So maybe we can get to the elbows on the ground, or maybe just hands. Maybe some of you might be able to get your chest on the ground. But what you should be feeling, or could be feeling, is just a nice twist here, yeah? If it's too much, obviously release. Just find your nice sweet spot here. If somebody needs a little bit more oomph, more source in their asana, then take the right hand and just thread the needle towards the back, your left side here, putting the right shoulder on the ground. Okay, this is a lot to ask, so just only ask it of your body if you feel it feels healthy. 3, 2, 1. Release the arm, hand on the ground, left hand on the ground. Once again, we push with our arms, not with our spine, and we come back to this middle. We swap sides. So now I'm going to have my right leg bend at 90 degrees in front of me. Actually, I didn't say that, but I'm doing it across the mat, so then we can lie along the mat. Then the left leg is doing another 90 degrees to my left side. And then I'm in this 90-90 or deer pose here. And then from there, I'm going to start looking at my right side. I already can feel the twist on the spine here. And once again, I'm going to get my hands on the side, maybe pushing the hands slightly forward and going lower down, maybe elbows to the ground. Just see where you are at. I'm at elbows to the ground. Some of you could be, chest to the ground. That's each body has its limitations. And then just relax there, feeling, enjoying this twist. For anybody who wants a little bit more oomph in their pose, left hand threading to the right side or behind, and then just line on that left shoulder gently. And then we release, left hand on the ground, right hand on the ground, then we push with the hands and we come back to the center. Release there, and then maybe a little bit of windscreen wipers here, just to once again release the hips. Okay, now we're going to go on to some slightly more power base or more work on the legs. So we're going to go and do a few exercises through downwards facing dog. I think most of you, all of you, probably have already been in this class for a few times, but nonetheless, I'm going to go through the motions of how to do the downward dog in a semi-correct way. So first of all, hands nicely broad on the ground, maybe the ring finger or the hard finger facing straight up. I mean, nothing of this is totally strict, but it's just a nice guidance. Then from there, find where your feet should be, so that when you take your coccyx, which is this part where my finger is, you aim to take the coccyx up, irrespective of where the legs are bent or not. Important is to try and take the coccyx up, open the shoulders, and then have the head between the arms. If there you can stretch the legs, all the better, and then you can adjust the legs forward to get a much tighter or more stretch on the Achilles, or maybe further out to have a little bit of a gentler downward dog there. Okay, so once we got this position, we should feel strength, or we should feel at least stability. Yeah, if we're all wobbling, then maybe something's not quite right, maybe we're not ready for it, but we're not going to spend a long time, because it is a lot of people not a very stable posture. We're going to just like breathe in, go onto our toes, do a high plank, all the weight on the hands, and then knees down. I'm going to just go through that a few times. Breathe out, downward dog. Breathe in, rolling onto the toes, weight on the arms, and then a plank there. Either continue with the knees down if you feel your arms are not really, or your shoulders are not really up to the work today, or you can just hold the plank. Breathe out, back to downward facing dog. Last time, breathe in, rolling forward onto a plank, or knees down if you feel that your knees or your shoulders are taking too much weight. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Now center the left foot slightly so we can take the right leg up. Center the left leg so that we can take the right leg up, and then we're going to do that another 3 times. Breathe in, weight forward onto the, well, actually, no, you can't do the knee, holding the right leg up. Breathe out, coming back to a 3-legged dog. Breathe in, plank on one leg. Breathe out, 3-legged dog. Breathe in, plank on one leg. Breathe out, 3-legged dog. Swap the legs, so the right leg now goes towards the middle and the left leg goes up. And just another 3 times, and then we take a rest. Breathe in, 3-legged plank. Breathe out, 3-legged dog. Breathe in, 3-legged plank. Breathe out, 3-legged dog. Breathe in, 3-legged plank. Breathe out, 3-legged dog. Both feet down, both knees down, and just sit on your heels. Okay, maybe at this point we want to move the wrist or shake the hands a little bit, get the blood flowing again. And we're going to do a couple more of that. If it's getting too much, then either do some, depends. If your shoulders are, if your wrists are hurting, you can do the planks on your elbows. If your shoulders are hurting as well, then you have to take a rest. Okay, so we're gonna go for the second time around. We're gonna move to one arm. Yeah, so again, hopefully all of us have been doing this for a while, and our shoulders have already got certain strength. If not, then just maybe repeat what we just did on the 2 arms. But we're gonna go into 1 arm now. So we'll go to downward dog. Breathe in. Find that nice, strong position where the shoulders are broad, the hands are wide, and your coccyx is going up towards the sky. From there, maybe center the left foot so we can take the right foot up and open the hip. It's a lovely position. We've got a nice deep opening here. Take that knee higher up. So it's a 3-legged dog, but with a nice broad open hip there. And then breathe out, bring that knee through to your nose, and then all the weight on the right hand and the right foot out. Then back to three-legged dog and foot down. Okay, I'm going to do that once again because maybe it went towards the sofa, so maybe you didn't see. So let's do it with the other side, and maybe you can watch and then do it after you've seen. So we go left foot up, open the hip, which means taking that knee high up, and we're opening the hip, trying to keep the right leg strong, arms strong, facing the front, opening the hip, and then breathe out, taking the knee forward, lifting the right arm, and the knee out. 3, 2, 1. Back to downward facing dog. Knees down. And now that you've seen it, I should have shown you first, but now that you've seen it, we're going to do both sides again. So, downward facing dog. Right foot up. Open the hip. 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee towards the nose and then roll onto your right hand and take that right foot forward. 3, forward or to the side, but in front of you. 3, 2, 1. Coming back to down to three-legged dog. Swap legs. Left foot up. Open the hip. 3, 2, 1. Knee to the nose. Taking that foot in front of you, all the way to the left arm. Having that foot in front. 3, 2, 1. Back to three-legged dog. Both feet down, knees down. And we sit on our heels there for a moment. Maybe release the arms. I'm going to do one last one, and I really understand if it's getting too much, then you do a child pose, but if not, just humor me with a wild thing. So I'm going to do it this time so we don't get into trying to do it and watching. So just watch first and then we'll do it all together. So the wild thing will be similar. So either leg, let's start with the left leg. Just watch, open the hip, drop the foot behind, and then open, hip, arms, everything up. And then we count to 3 there, yeah? Okay, so now that's what we're going to do. And this time you've seen it, so it should be easier to do without having to watch the screen. So I'm going to do it which way first? Left foot up, yeah? So downward facing dog. Left foot up. Open the hip. 3, 2, 1. Continue with that foot down to the ground behind you. Lifting the left arm. And then all the weight on the right arm. And then chest forward. Hip forward, wild thing. 3, 2, a little bit chest move forward, left arm up and release, left foot down, left arm down. Maybe knees down. You can have a little rest while I turn around. Okay, let's do the other side. So we're back to, this is the last one, and then we go onto our legs, yeah? So right, downward facing dog, right leg up, open that hip. Take that knee right up to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Continue dropping it behind you till it touches the ground. Right arm goes up to the sky, chest to the sky, hips to the sky. 3, wild thing. 2, let's further up, arm forward, and then arm back, and 1. Rolling back to the side and down, feet down, knees down. And let's just take a child pose here, whatever you find that is nice and relaxing for you. So I'm going to do a wide-legged, wide-knee child pose, which allows me to put my tummy and chest to the ground and relax for a moment. And then we come up. So as I said, we'll be standing up now. I'm doing some leg work here. So the first one is, yeah, a little bit of just mobility. So left foot forward, right foot back. And then we're going to start with a warrior one, which the difference between a forward lunge is lifting the heel up. Warrior one technically would be with the heels down, hips facing the front, both arms up. Breathe in. Continue breathing. Let's have this position for three breaths. So we're leaning forward. Right leg is strong. Both feet are planted on the ground. Chest is open. Arms are up. The next out breath, we go to warrior two. We just open to the side, open the hips, open the arms to the side. Another 3 breaths here. I'm going to turn around just because of what's coming. And you will see, so we're in warrior two. On the next out breath, we cartwheel our arms round and take the right arm of hand to the floor next to your left foot. And what I didn't remind myself is that I will want a brick there. So if you got your bricks, put the brick there. So we go left foot on the ground, right hand next to it, and then we're going to stretch to the right, to the left. And then here you can now really feel how the hips come down, the chest opens to the left, left heels lifts up, that's fine. We're just now working on the hips and the spine. 3, 2, and for a little bit of mobility, what I would suggest now for a challenge, right foot next to right foot, and continue opening up to the side. 3, 2, 1, right foot back to where it was before. Continue opening to the side. 3, 2, and 1. Cartwheel the legs back, the arms back. We're back to warrior two. Release, and we swap sides. So now the right foot is forward. I'm going to have the block there, ready for me. And we're going to go right leg is forward, left leg is back. And a warrior one, which means feet planted on the ground, right leg is bent, arms are up, and chest is forward. 3, maybe check your neck is hardly ever needs to be taut, so relax the neck. 3, 2, 1. The next out breath, open to the side. This will be warrior two. To the side. I'm adjusting my feet so I can get a straighter line, or heels in the same line. 3, 2, 1. Cartwheel the arms so that my left hand is now next to my right leg. My left heels are lifted up as my right shoulder opens to the right. 3. Open that shoulder, put that hip down. 2 and 1. You can stay here for the challenge. Left foot next to right foot. Continue opening. 3, 2, 1. Left foot back to where it was. Continue opening. 3. Open a little bit further. Cartwheel the arms back. Warrior two. Hands on hips, and release the pose. Okay, now we're going to do similar, but we're going to hook elbow to knee rather than opening to the side. So we'll start again. Which leg was it? Yeah, right leg forward. Left leg straight. Warrior two, arms up, facing forward, both feet planted on the ground. Straighten the left leg. 3, 2, 1, and then open on the out breath. warrior two. I'm actually facing the other way, but that's fine. Right foot is forward. In my case, if yours is different, just follow your own pattern. Warrior two, 3, 2, stretch the arms away from each other, hips down, 2, 1, cart the arms round. So my left leg is on the ground, right arm is up, but this time I'm going to continue. Yeah, I should have been facing this way, but you don't need to move, just right foot is forward. But this time what I'm going to do is lock the left elbow outside the right knee, and we are on a side twist. Try and see if you can get the hands to be in the center of your chest, which generally means twisting more. 3, 2, 1. Stay here for the challenge. Bring the feet together. 3, 2, 1. Left foot back out. 3, 2, 1. And cart the arms back. Warrior two. Hands on hips. And coming up. And now doing the other foot. Left foot forward, right foot out. Warrior one with the hips facing forward, both feet planted on the ground. Left leg is bent, arms up. 3, 2, 1. Breathe out, warrior two, opening the chest and opening the hips. 3, 2, 1. Cart with the arms round, right hand next to the left foot. And this time what we're going to do is lock the right elbow outside the left knee and prayer pose on the hands. 3, 2, 1. For a challenge, feet together, right foot to right foot to left foot. 3, 1. Right foot back. 3, 2, 1. And then coming back out. Taking the arms towards the warrior two. 3, stretch the arms out. 2, 1, and then hands on hips. And we're out of that one. Okay, so that was a little bit of work for the brain as well, which sometimes is also a challenge and it's part of the exercise. So we do balance, we do stretch, we do strength, and sometimes we do also intellect or thinking. So let's move on from there as a kind of a little bit of a flow. You know, this is a Hatha class, so we don't really do flows, which is fine. You know, some people love doing flows, some people like doing these static poses, but even within this Hatha class I like to do sometimes a gentle flow. This flow is the basic sun salutation A, very basic variation. Is 6 breaths. It should be 6 movements. But it's just nice because it is very simple and very short. You try and get into the flow, which means breathing and moving, breathing and moving. So we're going to do it. The first time we'll do it with, you know, very clear guidance. The second time, just a couple of cues. And the third time, we'll just let ourselves do each. I think most of us, if you've been with me for a few months, will have done this. And so we're going to start with Tadasana, which is the mountain pose. Feet on the ground, hips engaged, knees locked, chest open, hands to the side. Find the moment, find yourself. So this is sun salutation, yes? So the first movement is breathing in, arms up, stretching, maybe light back bend as we feel in the lungs. Very gentle poses. Breathe out, arms to the ground, forward fold, complete forward fold as we empty the lungs here. Always adjusting little bits so you get the feet right. Breathing in, half fold, which means the back is parallel to the ground and we're at 90 degrees and we're stretching forward. Breathe out is a very long move, so it's hands down, both feet down, and then knees, chest, chin to the ground. That's the out breath. Breathing in, cobra, actually baby cobra, full cobra, or upward dog. Breathing out, downward dog. Breathing in, step forwards. Half fold. Breathing out, full fold. Last breath, breathing in, arms up. Fully up to the top. Stretching the arms up. Breathing out, hands to chest. As you saw, it's very simple, but really lovely to engage. Okay, gentler cues, but just try maybe close your eyes and let's go for it. So from Tadasana, mountain pose, we'll start breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, swan dive, forward fold. Breathing in, half fold. Breathing out, hands down, plank and chaturanga all the way to the ground. Breathing in, baby cobra, cobra or upward dog. Breathing out, downward dog. Breathing in, step or jump forward to half fold. Breathing out, full fold. Last in-breath, arms up, stretch to the sky. Breathing out, hands to chest, prayer pose. 3 breaths here, and we'll do the last flow. Just counting the breaths and try and remember, well, I'll give you the cues the same. Close your eyes. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, half fold. Breathe out, hands down, plank and chaturanga all the way down to the ground. Breathe in, cobra. Breathe out, downward dog. Breathe in, walk or step forward, half fold. Breathe out, full fold. Breathe in, stretching up, arms up, gentle back bend. Breathe out, hands to chest, prayer pose. 3 breaths, eye close. And release. Okay, that's our little flow there. It's nice. Middle of the class to bring it in, or I find it so. So let's just now loosen up before we go on to a couple more balance poses, and then we'll move on to some winding down. So the first one is, let's do a side bend, so feet maybe 1 fist apart. So we can get a nice balance there. And then from there, take the arms up, stretch, planted on the ground, shoulders up. And then from there, right, you can't see on the screen, right hand grabs left elbow and we bend to the right. Let's just keep these for 3 breaths here. So we're grabbing the left elbow with the right elbow and we're pulling it down. So we have a lovely deep stretch all on the left side of the body. The next in-breath, come back to the center. Stretch both arms up, stretch the spine up. Grab with the left hand, the right wrist, and bend to the left. On each out breath, we can go a little bit deeper. Out breath, arms up. Breathe in, stretch the spine, and then release everything. Okay, the next one is going to be a tree pose. So now we're getting onto balance. Right, there are many levels of tree pose, but depending on your own situation, we can do the baby tree pose, just holding the heel against the heel. We can put the left foot onto the right calf. We never do the knee because it doesn't really like sideways pushing. And then the full tree is left foot against the inside of the right thigh. Now I try and put a little bit of pressure between foot and thigh so that it stays there. Once you found your balance, maybe you can put your hands in prayer pose in front of you until you focus. Okay, there's a lot of work going on the right foot, as you probably notice yourself, and that's why we do it. Strengthening all the little micro muscles, connecting the nerves from the brain to the foot. And then if you are in a good place, arms up. Check your hips are facing up, kind of pushing forward. Chest is open, shoulders are back. You could be clasping your hands or not clasping. You could be touching your hands together, or you could have them separated depending on how tight your shoulders are or are not. Now you can stay here. We can go to the next challenge, which would be hands, chest, left hand on the outside of the left knee, right arm out in the opposite direction, and then we just open the chest, pushing both arms back from there. 3, 2, and release the hands. Release the leg and loosen up. Other side, as I say, the little baby tree there on the calf, or find the thigh. Classic tree, and in prayer pose. Once you've found your balance, arms up. Try and keep the shoulders broad, hips sort of pushing forward. In the case you've got tight hips, obviously if you've got very loose hips, you shouldn't be kind of bendy forward, but most of us will have to be pushing forward to get straight hips. And then either stay here or we'll go to the challenge pose, which will be right hands on prayer pose, right hand on the inside of the right knee, left hand in the opposite direction, and then using the arms to create a little bit of pressure on the chest and open up. 3, 2, a little bit more open the chest, and 1. Hands on prayer pose, and release that leg. Release, release, release. And one that we haven't done for a long time, which I thought I had it the other day, but no, this is the one that's got a really nice name. It's called Lord Shiva's Cycle of Life Dance. Lord Shiva's Cycle of Life Dance. Okay, so this is just a nice, sort of pose to get really into your body. Left foot forward at 45 degrees or at a nice angle that you feel. It's a little bit of I always mention the ballerinas, but it does feel as if you're going to start a ballet of some sort. So left foot 45 degrees, right foot behind also 45 degrees, or whatever feels. It's tense, of course, but it's natural. Yeah, the feet are planted sufficiently on the ground and the hip is facing forward. Now, we already have the hips open by this position, and now we're going to do the chest. Yeah, so Lord Shiva Dance of Life pose, or whatever the long name was. Clasp your hands, push the palms facing out, and then I'm going to take my hands up and lean them in the direction of that back foot. Yeah. hands open. And then I'm going to just take the arms back, open the chest, lean back towards that back foot, and then just enjoy, close your eyes and just enjoy that pose. Make noises if you need to, loosen your neck. 3, 2, 1. Release everything gently forward. Such a simple pose, but nice and challenging. Loosen up. Boom, boom, boom. So right foot, kind of 45 degrees, left foot behind somewhere, 45 degrees. Just find that your hips are open, but you're stable. Clasp your hands in the other way this time. Hands forward. And then once again, just start leaning back towards that back foot. Maybe close your eyes. Just enjoy the feeling of your body. Stretching back and up, yes. The head, the legs are straight and engage against the ground. 2 and 1, leaning forward. Release the hands, release the arms, and release the legs. Okay, super. So from there, maybe a little bit of wiggling. That's a deep bend. You might have noticed. And then we're going to go on the ground. To counter that, we're going to go first one we did last week. I think we've done this week, which is just a butterfly. Instead of making it very tight here, maybe we can just make a rhombus here, or a whatever square, or whatever the shape is, the diamond shape. But just have it in a comfortable way so that the spine is straight. Then we can grab the feet, grab the feet with the hands, and then just lean forward and just relax forward as the back stretches. The lower back is a counter to the one we just done. Out breath, we can go a little bit deeper. Just enjoy the forward fold here. And then release. And now this might be the time you can actually bring the feet closer and do a little bit of a butterfly. Maybe pushing your knees with your elbows down. And then release. Let's go and do a couple of forward folds here, forward bending. So let's have the left leg is bent, right foot on the inside of the right thigh. And then this time we're going to go sideways. Remember, for the sideways bend, I always, because most of us tend to just forward fold in that direction. And if you want to go sideways, I encourage you to have the belt ready so that we can actually grab the feet there, and try and put the elbow inside the knee, then adjust the feet so we got inside the knee. And in this way, it's very difficult to do the forward fold. We're more likely to be doing the side bend here. Using the belt, you could be grabbing your toes. That side, and we go to the other side. So fold the right leg, right foot on the inside of the left thigh, And the same again, we're not going forward, we're going to go sides. We're going to get this left elbow inside the left knee, and then grab with the belt or with your hand, and then bend to the sides. Release there. Bring both feet forward. Maybe a couple of windscreen wipes here. And then we're going to do one final twist. And then we're going to Shavasana. So we're going to do a line on our back. And there are many twists here that we can do. Yeah, the classic one, I'll leave you the choice. I'm going to do the cat, whatever, cat grabbing tail, or I don't know what it's called, but I'll show you the main versions. Yeah, the easiest one is obviously lie on your back, hips to one side, lifting the knees, and then dropping the knees to the opposite side. It's just lovely. It's a very simple twist, and you can do that one. Alternatively, we can drop the knees to the right in the same way, but then the lower leg, the leg that is below, we push it behind us, and then with the left hand that is nearest to it, you grab that foot, and then you have this, you know, very kind of funky twist here, which I sometimes enjoy. And if you really want to like go full hog, where's my belt? Grab the other foot with the other hand. This is just, yeah, sometimes it's nice to have some fun as well. So left hand on the lower leg, and then the right hand through the belt. So my hands are too short on the other foot, and then just lie on your back and enjoy. Or you could be doing the simple one, of course, yes? Then release whichever you're doing. Back to the center. Straighten the spine. Start with a straight spine. I'm going to take my hips to the right, lift the knees up, drop the knees to the left. And once again, the lower leg is going to go behind to be grabbed by my right hand, and the forward leg, I'm going to grab it with my left hand, and then enjoy that twist here. Release whichever twist you're doing. Coming back to the middle, hips to the middle. Lie on your back, try and get your whole back, your whole spine on the ground. And then there we got one more exercise, one more before Shavasana, which is ad lib, yeah, whatever you feel. You might want to do, you know, a banana, you might want to do funny twists, you might want to do, I don't know, knees to the chest. I'm going to do a little bit of happy baby, just to get my legs nice and open here. Some, you know, just whatever you feel like it. Do it now before we rest. We go to Shavasana for a couple of minutes. When you finish that, you can lie on your back. I'm not going to actually guide the Shavasana. I'm going to leave you to do your own Shavasana, but we got still 1 minute of the class, so you can't get away still yet. So let's just lie down, relax, and just let the class sort of flow over you. relaxing all your body. Check the neck, the jaw. And it's now 9 o'clock. So thanks for joining. You don't need to get up. Namaste. I will just close the meeting. And then if you want to leave any feedback, you can do it through the WhatsApp or through the private message on the Internationals. And thanks for joining. It's lovely to have you all here. I'll stop the